everybody, Scott and Sue from allaroundthewest.com, and we are here in Yellowstone National Park in northwest Wyoming. A beautiful park, so many different things to see and do. And today we went to 3 different places. We first started out going to Mammoth Hot Springs. These are a huge collection of travertine deposits, and they go up so high, don't they? They build up so high, and there's boardwalks all through where you can walk through them. There's a number of loops you can go on. There's an upper boardwalk area you can go on, and if you want to see things from the top, you can actually drive around to another parking area that's near the top and go on a hike, a set of boardwalks there to some springs called Canary Springs. Most people stop at the bottom because that's where the whole village is, the Mammoth Hot Springs Village, where the visitor center is, and there's a whole a set of buildings there that are left over from Fort Yellowstone, do they call it? Yeah, Fort Yellowstone. And it's a great place if you want to get some lodging or some food or even get your car filled up. They have everything there. But make sure you stop at Mammoth Hot Springs and go walk on the trails and go to the upper part and see the springs from that point of view.
So there are lots of steps, but there is a section from the side that looked to be ADA accessible. So because we saw people with scooters on the boardwalks there at Mammoth Hot Springs. So you may not be able to get to everything, but you can get to most things and see.
And it's beautiful. You should definitely stop and see those springs, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes parking is a problem, but in busy times, but just keep circling around the parking lot till you can find a place.
And you can definitely find some. And there's actually, if you go past the springs a little, where the main parking is, there's actually several other parking lots there. So you don't have to focus on the first 1 or 2. There's more as you go up the hill a little bit. A little more of a walk, but you can still get there without any problem.
So then we moved on to Norris, Geyser Basin area, and there's a couple of trails there in that Norris area. One is the Porcelain Basin Trail, and then one is the Back Basin Trail. So we walked along the Porcelain Basin Trail, which is a little bit shorter and fairly flat and easy to walk on. There's a couple of steep areas, but not bad. There's a lot of bugs out here.
There are. Big horse fly in my leg.
That's quite an interesting area, actually. There's a lot of pools. There's a lot of color there, which I'm assuming is why it's called Porcelain Basin. Lots of turquoise pools, and then lots of streams running over the rock, and there was bright green and yellow and orange and all different shades of orange and peach and lots of different colors. It was really beautiful, really interesting as well. There were fumaroles, the big steam columns coming up, and there's some intermittent geysers there in the middle.
Saw one going up today.
So that was quite a nice hike. That has a couple of steep areas right going down and then coming back up at the end, but not super long. There's a what do you call it, ranger exhibit area there at the top. There were some rangers there with little displays and
antlers and
for kids and
the horns from the sheep and that type of thing.
So that was very nice.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. That was an area that I had never been to, so that was very interesting.
And
Really
there's that whole back basin area too that we
Yeah.
didn't go on, where I think there's a lot more geysers there. It was quite a bit longer hike. We didn't want to do that today. About 1.5 miles if I remember right. So, but that's definitely an area to explore also.
Then we moved on.
We went to the lower and upper falls of the Yellowstone River. We'd been to the brink of the upper falls before, and this year we went to Artist Point, which is on the south rim, and you can get a stunning view of the lower falls as it falls down and then goes through the canyon. That canyon is unbelievable, the colors that are there.
That's kind of the iconic view of the lower falls from there, so you probably will have seen photos and paintings of that. There's lots of overlooks, and then you look right up the canyon at the falls. Beautiful. There was even somebody there painting the falls when we were there.
That's right, an artist.
Today, yeah, a real artist at Artist Point.
So you get to that from South Rim Drive, and on the way to Artist Point, there's a turnoff for Uncle Tom's Point. And from there, and that's a very short hike, a very short walk, sorry, to be able to see the upper falls. And this is from a distance. You can see them, both the brink of the upper and the lower falls from the North Rim. But if you want to see them from afar, this Uncle Tom's Point is the best place to do that.
It's kind of an overlook, so you're looking across the river, kind of right at the face of the falls. So that was really the upper falls. So that was really nice. That was pretty.
Yeah, and there was a fairly steep hike we didn't go on today called Uncle Tom's Trail that gets down right to where the lower falls are, and that's something we want to do eventually, but we were tuckered out today. So
yeah, that looked really interesting. There is a little trail that kind of goes from the loops around from the overlook back to the parking lot, kind of goes along the rim, and it wasn't strenuous at all. You can kind of get to the edge and see some of the river and down the canyon a little bit.
It's definitely a view, something you'll remember forever. I remember going to see that when I was about 16 years old, and I've remembered it forever. And so we finally got back to it today, and it was just how I remembered it. So it's been a fun day in Yellowstone National Park. Northwest Montana, run by the Park Service, $25 to get in, unless you've got a pass, and definitely worth your time. And you can spend a day, you can spend a week here.
We're in Northwest Wyoming.
I said, what did I say, Montana?
Yes.
I did. Northwest Wyoming.
But we came in through the north entrance today from Montana.
That's right. Thank you. All right, this is Scott.
And Sue.
We're from allaroundthewest.com. Where's your next adventure?